And how can people get their head around the quantum leap between this mildly a worm, a nematode or an annelid that suddenly gets some sort of phototropism by a light-sensitive cell into an eye? This is always the one that comes up. People go, "Hey, the eye, dude." No one could. That could never have evolved.
Yes,
Well, why couldn't the eye evolve any more than a leg?
Yeah, it's a particularly actually it's a very good example. It's a particularly easy example, as a matter of fact. And you can, because we've got the stages dotted around the animal kingdom, and so we can find cases where the animal only has a light sensitive cell. We can find cases where it has a few cells. Find cases where the sheet of light sensitive cells is a cup. So it's not flat anymore, it's a cup.
Yeah.
That means that there's a slightly greater chance that it'll pick up light coming from one side rather than the other. Now the cup closes over gradually, steadily, and steady gradient closes over until the cup is so closed that it becomes a little hole in the top. Pinhole camera.
Yeah.
Actually forms an image, a very out of focus and dim image, and now you need a lens, and you can make the lens come by gradual stages as well. So everything, Darwin himself anticipated this argument very well and noted the different kinds of eyes all around the animal kingdom. And nowadays we have even better evidence.
And what's hard for people to do again is the amount of time that takes, and the tininess of the change that was kept. There's a computer program that I used when I was at college, where a computer randomly throws up a six-legged, three-chambered bodied an insect, right, to make it into another insect, right? And the aim is to get to that insect. So at random, it takes a billion things for it to stop on that thing. But then they put into the program, when it gets something right, the computer program keeps that forever.
Which is like reproduction.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And then it's fast. And people can see the change, because
I think I wrote that program.
You wrote that?
I think so.
I think that's in Good Guys Finish First as well, isn't it?
Oh, no, it's in the other one. It's in the Blind Watchmaker. That's called. I mean, I think it's the program that I wrote called Blind Watchmaker, or it may be the one called Arthropomorphs.
Right, it was about Ince. Right,
yes.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I think I did,
that's amazing. Let's play a record. That's incredible. Telling the author what a great idea this is. What if I'd have claimed it was my idea? Imagine that. I once wrote a program.
That's the way showbiz works. Science has become very show busy. Everyone's fighting to say they came up with that program.
Here's a beautiful song. This Woman's Work by Kate Bush. That was This Woman's Work by Kate Bush.
Can I ask another question?
Yes.
Oh, another of my favourite bits of Darwin is when it's from one of the journals on the Beagle, is where he talks about the eyes attempt to follow the flight of a gaudy butterfly, but are soon distracted by some strange tree or fruit. And then he says, "My mind is a chaos of delight." And I think chaos of delight is such a great phrase. Right, putting together the new book, the collection of essays, what did you look for in your essays where you thought this, in terms of the beauty of this worldview, what are the things that you hope in particular will capture that audience, and you go, this story has such magnitude of beauty?
Well, I think I really should answer that with respect to all my books, because they all try to capture things like that. I mean, I've done bat radar, or sonar rather. I've done spider webs. I think there are just so many beautiful examples of cases where natural selection has produced something really uncannily like what you would expect a designer to produce, but sometimes not. I mean, sometimes there are serious mistakes. Sometimes it gets it wrong. Natural selection actually produces something that no designer of any sense would have produced. The eye is a good example, where the eye, as you probably know, the vertebrate retina is backwards. The light has to actually pass through the wires that connect the light-sensitive cells to the brain, whereas in an octopus eye, the light-sensitive cells are facing the right way. They're facing the outside world. So this is a mistake due to the historical accident of the way it happened in evolution, and there are other nice examples of this as well.
And I think that's what people have to realise. It's here because it worked. That's the only reason it's here. The reason you can see something, right, is it worked.
It worked better than the competition. Is the
It
important
worked
thing.
better than the competition. So, in very this layman's terms, it passed on its genetic material better. Than,
I love that though. I love that whole idea of it basically going, how did this survive? It was the least worst.
Yeah,
because that's
yeah.
a lovely.
Yes.